of thought.
The prophet of thought. The prophet of thought.
Peace, folks, and welcome back to another edition of the Prophet of Thought series right here on the old T.P.O.T. YouTube page. I'm your host, X, of course, but you know that already. That's why you're here. Tonight, I got a good show for y'all tonight. Tonight is going to be kind of lit. I call tonight 2 hours of power, because the first hour we're going to have a guest that I really have an immense amount of respect for. She's been on my show quite a few times. I really respect this lady. She's a very, very bright lady. She puts me in the mind of the unicorns. Miss Princella Clark will be live and direct right here on T.P.O.T. And also for the second hour, backed by popular demand, Brother Cory Haywood. So you know when Cory Haywood come up in here, you know it's always crazy, because Brother Haywood is the brother that everybody loves to hate. So make sure you do like I always tell you to do. Go ahead. Make sure you hit this old Streamlab if you're feeling generous. Let me put that in the chat. Make sure you do that. And also make sure you hit that old like button that's right there somewhere. See that right there? See that right there? Right there somewhere? Make sure you hit that thumbs up. It's appreciated. Yeah. Like I was saying, tonight we're gonna start the show off. We're gonna start the show off with Princella Clark. She should be coming on in a few moments. Um, got a good show for y'all tonight, boy. Got a good show for y'all tonight. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be wild. What's up, Lady Cats? I see you up there. What's up, Q Wilson? Simply Deep. What's going on? Yeah. So those of you who follow the Prophet of Thought series, you've probably looked in my archives and you've seen Princella Clark on quite a few of my streams. If you go way back, the most memorable stream that I can think of is when her and Angry Man was on there, and she was going pound for pound, round for round with Brother Valdez, something that many women cannot do. But Miss Clark, she can hold her own. She always can hold her own. She'll take on anybody in a debate, and she's very smart. She's very measured, and she's very, very, very intelligent. So I mean, she always holds her own. She's a very impressive lady. So I'm actually very, very excited to have her on. It's been a while since Miss Clark has been on my platform. So it's going to be nice to have her on again, to see what she's up to, chop it up with her a little bit. She's probably only going to stay about an hour, but right after that, then Cory Haywood is coming on. So we're gonna go from calm, measured, intellectual to off the chain, controversial. So we're gonna go from one extreme to another tonight. Yeah, tonight we're going from one extreme to another, because we're gonna start off with Miss Clark, and then we're gonna finish up with Brother Haywood. My man Brother Cerulean's favorite, him and Brother BJ Allen D. Hey, what's up, Sheep Stay Sleep TV? What's good, brother? Him, Brother BJ Allen D. Who else had a problem with Brother Haywood? Well, everybody does, but yeah, tonight is gonna be lit. It's gonna be a nice show tonight, y'all. It really, really, really is. Right now, we just kind of waiting for Miss Clark to come on. So what y'all need to do is go ahead and hit this damn like button, because y'all know I don't like when the watch numbers exceed the like numbers. And right now the watch numbers are exceeding the watch numbers. So let's do what we do every week. Okay. You're going to take that hand. All right. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. Here we go. Nice and slow. You're going to get that mouse right over there. Yeah, you're going to get it right over that like button, and you're going to go click, and you're done. I don't mind doing this with y'all every week, because y'all my people. So I don't mind guiding you through it, and showing you what to do with that mouse pad. I don't mind. Y'all my folks. I don't mind. Yeah, but anyway, like I said, Brother Haywood, he's probably not coming on till about 10 or 10:30. So it's going to be a while. I'm waiting for Miss Clark. Let me see what's going on with her. I might have to hit her up. I better do this. I think I'm going to end up sending her the link. I'm going to have to send her the link again, I think. Let me text her. See what's going on right quick. So y'all just talk amongst yourselves. Let me text her. See what's going on with Miss Clark. Because I just spoke to her via text a few moments ago. I probably should have went ahead and sent her the link earlier, but I was doing shit. I was working. Should be just messed up, man. Y'all know, man, this time of year, man, X is really, really busy, and I just left the shop like a little while ago, and it just was crazy. Then somebody came here for a delivery, and everything just got in the way. But I'm not making excuses, but I'm just saying. Should be getting backed up around here, boy. Be getting backed up, y'all. But I'm still here to bring y'all some good old guests and a good old night and some good old shit. All right. I'm just waiting for I just hit up Miss Clark. Let me see what happened. See if she gonna answer me back because I did send her the link. Make sure that she got it so she can come on. Make sure she got. Oh, there she is.
How you
There
doing?
she is. Miss Clark. Hello. I was
Hey,
just talking you up, lady. I was just talking you up. Everybody, the guest of honor has arrived, Miss Princella Clark. What's good, Miss Clark? It's been a while.
it has been a while. A lot is good. A lot has changed. I feel
Okay.
great.
I'm
Hmm.
glad. I'm glad. I was just telling everybody that um I have a lot of respect for you, Mrs. Clark.
Uh huh.
Um I do. I really do. I have a lot of respect for your intellect, your strength, your stamina. I mean, you one of those unicorns, because I have those of you who follow the Prophet of Thought series, you know that I have part of my platform is the Unicorn 4.
Uh
And I have these four ladies, they are one of a kind. And I call them the four unicorns. And
huh.
they put me in the mind of you. They're very bright. They're very strong. They're very intelligent. They're very articulate, and they put me in the mind of you. And I just got done telling everybody that the last time you were on, you and my man brother Valdez was going round for round, pound for pound on the stream.
Right.
And I was telling them how Miss Clark holds her own. All right, she holds her own. She'll go toe to toe with anybody. And like I said, I just have a lot of respect for you, Miss Clark.
I appreciate that.
I know you don't have a lot of time, so let me fire some questions at you.
Hmm.
Um, what you been up to, lady?
Well, I just recently got married. I've been married for about 9 months now.
Wow, congratulations,
Hmm.
congratulations.
Yep, and I'm pregnant now.
Wow, congratulations on
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I'm pregnant with a baby girl. I'm writing a book. I'm almost done with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Princella Clark pregnant. Wow, never thought I'd hear or see that.
I don't think a lot of people thought that.
Wow.
Hmm.
Somebody done lassoed old Miss Clark, boy.
Yeah,
Whew. Get
yeah.
out.
Kind
Congrats,
of.
brother. Well, you must be some kind of dude, boy. If you was able to lasso Miss Clark, boy, you must be some kind of dude, boy.
Yeah,
Big up,
yeah,
brother.
yeah. He's a good guy.
All right. So as far as media
Hmm.
goes, I mean, are you still involved with media?
Well, I still do my Facebook videos or whatnot, but I'm about to kind of change how I do that. I've been doing that for a while. And like I said, I have a book coming out. So I'm going to take some of the concepts that I've spoken on Facebook and kind of turn that into a different platform, kind of try to get in some of these schools, do some seminars and, go on some tours and stuff like that. In the near future. So that's as far as I'm going with media for
Mhm.
now.
Are you still doing music? I was looking because I have a couple of your tracks in my computer, and I got so much crap in my computer I couldn't
Hmm.
find it. Because I have Black Wall Street. I have the other one I was looking for. I was like, damn, I want to play these before she come on, but I couldn't find
Right.
them. So
Yeah. No. No. I'm not doing that anymore. Kind of got burnt out on that. I was only doing that. I dropped it before I picked it back up. I dropped it years ago. I came out with one album, and then I didn't like how things were headed, so I kind of quit after that, and then I picked it up again based on some requests from different people, and things kind of went the same way, and I was like, this is that's dead in the water. I don't want to do it anymore. So yeah,
okay.
that was.
So how's the married life? How's the
Oh,
married life treating you?
married life is good. You know,
Mm.
it all, like I said, it all depends on who you married to and what kind of values you have, and so I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I don't get a lot of time with him because he drives trucks, but that's fine. Seldom visit makes a longer friendship, in my opinion. So, and give a person a little space and give them time to miss you. That makes the bond stronger. So, but I love it whenever we do spend time together. It's great.
Wow.
Hmm.
Wow. I don't want this to be the last time because see, you one of my returning champions. I was just telling people, I said, Miss Clark been on my show a few times.
Hmm.
So I don't want this to be the last time that you come on the show, Miss Clark. I guess after you have the baby and all that kind of stuff, when you kind of clean things up, clear things out a little bit, maybe you
Yeah.
can come back and, spend a little time because you see the platform has changed a little bit
Yeah,
since we
yeah, you
spoke
kind of
last.
threw me for a loop. I wasn't expecting to be on camera. I don't really have a problem with being on camera, but the way I feel goes up and down every day, and sometimes I just don't really feel like being on camera. So I
Okay.
was like, yeah. So you kind of threw me for a loop. You said that, but it's all good.
Well, I'm known to do that, Miss Clark. I'm known to do that. X will throw a X bomb at people in a minute.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, the platform it has changed somewhat. The last time we spoke, because it's been a while since
Mhm.
you and I have spoke. And I mean, I've done a lot of different things. The platform has gotten a lot bigger.
Mhm.
It's changed, it's grown. I have a bigger team now. I have the other arm of TPOT. I have the Unicorn 4 now. I've trimmed some fat and added some muscle.
Right.
So yeah, that's basically what I did with the platform. I trimmed some fat, added some muscle, and it's going good. I mean, things are I like the way it's going. I like the new platform. It's different and it's still growing. I mean, it's still kind of in its infancy, but it's like a toddler right now. It's not fully grown yet, but it's a toddler.
Right.
Um, Let me just take a second to shout out one of my sponsors. What I was
Mm.
supposed to do, I was supposed to do that at 9:45.
Right.
Tonight's episode, y'all, is brought to you by Greer's Landscaping and Lawn Care, serving all your lawn care needs in the Charlotte metro area. They do it all. They do landscape design, landscape architecture. They will transform your yard just like that. You get a free estimate when you call them up, and if you mention TPOT, you get a 5% discount. If you mention X from TPOT when you go to Greer's Landscaping and Lawn Care, you will get a 5% discount right off the rip. So make sure you dial up Greer's Landscaping and Lawn Care. Their phone number is 704-605-7194. That's 704-605-7194. Greer's Landscaping and Lawn Care, serving all your lawn care and landscaping needs. Anyway, um, yeah, it's good to see you though, Miss Clark. Um, I was just telling everybody that the things you say,
Mhm.
okay, the things you talk about, you don't hear a lot of women talk the way you do, the way
Mhm.
you speak.
Right.
Um, so let me ask you this, something that I ask all my guests when they come on. What is your take on the state of Black society as it stands right now?
Well, when people ask me questions like that, the first question I have to ask is, do you want reality or do you want an illusion?
Well, I
Uh,
want reality because I
right.
know that's what I'm going to get from you. So,
Right. Well, the state of black folks right now is practically dead. There is no state. It's just getting worse. Um, we're in an illusion of progress. We are in denial about where we truly are as a people, and because of this and the total dysfunction, you either are growing or you're dying in life. And one thing that, because the one thing in life is constant is change. You never stay the same. So if you ain't growing, you dying. And when you cease to get better and you cease to progress, the only thing that can happen is regression. And so that's where we are, in a constant state of regression.
So, do you see it getting better? I mean, you just spoke about being pregnant. So, you
Mm-hmm.
have a child coming.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What kind of world do you see for your child to come into?
Well, I see it. I see it honestly as a little grim, depending on where I choose to, what environment I choose to place her in, what mind frame I choose to set her up with. Uh, I'm not too hopeful. I'm not too happy about the world that she's going to enter and the people that she's going to encounter, because yes, I can do a great job with her. I can't change the world. I have no effect on the rest of black people. I only have an effect on her. But guess what? She has to go into this world with a bunch of wolves, savages, and people who have no type of training, who are in a regressive state. And so, I kind of fear where she's going to end up, or who she's going to encounter, because the mind frame of our people is just so toxic. You want your children to be around your people, but if you want to be honest, you can't trust your kids around just any black person, anybody. So I'm I'm more concerned because it's very difficult to find like-minded individuals where you can actually isolate yourselves and communicate. I'm interested in arranged marriages, because I just don't trust people at all out here. And by the time she turns 18, ain't no telling where the world gonna be at.
Mm.
You know?
So, is that something, because I've heard people say that before, is that something that you're considering with your child, like an
Arranged?
arranged marriage?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. She, I don't even. I don't want to give her. I don't want to give her the option of screwing up the first time, because the fact of the matter is, regardless of what people want to say, this world is very brutal and hard on females, and females do not get the latitude that males get to make mistakes. They make one mistake, they're pretty much judged and condemned for the rest of their lives. They It's very difficult to bounce back from a severe mistake dealing with a female. A male can make a million mistakes and be able to bounce back like nothing even happened. And so with the state, with the mind state of these males out here, I don't want to give her an opportunity to try.
Mm.
So we need to evaluate, you know to make sure that we hit it right on the first try. you know
So, when you talk about arranged marriages, is it going to be like, in the Middle East, where the guy got to come with like 100 cows and some horses and some goats and a box of gold? I mean, do we got to come with the cows, horses, and goats and a box of gold to marry your daughter?
no, no, it's nothing like that. I want to, because we don't live in that environment. Our standards are different over here. We I need to first I need to be around the parents. We need to have, a relationship. The parents, and this is something actually that I really prefer, to be in the early stages of development, well before she gets anywhere near 18. You know, a network of people who have children who are like-minded, because I've met a couple of people who are also interested in arranging marriages. The thing is that we're all in different locations, because you have I have a lady who has a son who's interested in arranging a marriage for him, and another lady, she has a daughter, she's interested in arranging marriages. I'm interested in arranging. So you have these people, we just in different locations. The key is how is this child raised? What values do they have? You know, do we are we like-minded? Because we are all interested in teaching our children financial literacy and black empowerment and things like that. So you don't have to have anything superficial or culturally based. You have to have the mentality and the mind, because you can create anything as long as you got the knowledge in your mind, and a strong foundation and support group. So that's what we're looking for. I'm looking for someone who has the values, because the thing is, in America, the values of marriage are placed more on the female. She's more condemned for not being married versus the male. He can get married at any time. Well, you're never going to get any stability like that. The key, I had a coworker that I worked with who was from Egypt, and he said in his culture, the male is pressured to be married. There is no dating phase. You cannot date the girl. You have to marry her. And you can't leave your wife, So the pressure is put on the male in those cultures to be married, and they have to be with their wives. That's not that's not what's happening over here. So I want her to be with a guy that that has a value of being married, and not just some player, let me go sow my wild oats, let me be irresponsible, and let me just put all the blame on the female. I don't i, I I don't want her to accidentally end up with something like that. So no, it ain't got to be somebody with $1 million. Anything would have to have values first and foremost.
Okay, so you don't need the goats and horses.
Right.
Um, well, well, let's just stick with that. I mean, do you think that is a better route for black folks on a whole? Should black people, should we be doing that?
Oh, well, if we're gonna fix anything in our state, if we knew what we were doing, then we would have fixed ourselves already. It's obvious we don't know what we're doing. It's obvious that we need some help. And so one of the keys is, it's either you're gonna continue to go into this dysfunctional path, or you're going to start setting standards and boundaries and enforcing things to shift the direction of where you're going. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't do both of them. So if black people want to get it together, the real thing is we have to establish some form of cultural practice. And I believe that arranged marriages really is one of the best ways to go.
I can't say that I disagree at
Mhm.
this point. Um, things are kind of the worst I've seen it. Unfortunately, things are the worst I've seen it. We have nowadays, I mean, we have, people like you and people like myself, we get on here and we talk the talk, and we try to spread the word, and we try to enlighten and educate and show people and all that kind of stuff. But I think I see some of the effect, but it's not grand enough for me. I mean, maybe I'm living my life under false pretenses, where I think that the change should be more rapid. It should be more steady. It should be on a bigger scale. Maybe I'm under false pretenses thinking that way, but I think that the growth that I look to see, I have yet to see it, if you can understand what I'm saying. There should be more growth. We should be more aware. And it seems like, to me, often it seems like we're going backwards, instead of forward. What do you think? And to be honest with you, I think this crap here has a lot to do with it. This media and YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, I
That's only
think
a
it
part
has a
of it.
lot to do with it.
That's only a part of it. And so the thing is that people are idealistic. And the reason why people fail is because place their visions of grandeur so far away from reality, and what you're envisioning is unrealistic. And so we say should be, but that's not what is. See, nothing in life happens on a major scale, and nothing in life happens fast. Everything is a slow process. And so there was a spy that worked for KGB for the USSR in Russia. Well, the the process of brainwashing a nation is at minimum 20 years. It takes 15 years to go through the process of demoralization. So if it takes just 15 years to go through the process of demoralization, which breaks down breaks people down enough so that you can brainwash the entire generation, because you need time to get new mentalities to program. So if we understand that, why are we looking for a change to be so rapid? Change don't happen that fast. So there are multiple things that are going on that are affecting the mentalities and the states of Black folks that people are not paying attention to. So now when we look at it, oh, well, we should be able to get better. We should do this, we should do that. And bam, well, you're not taking into account a whole lot of stuff. So one thing I understand is Black folks don't know how to plan. See, white people, people forget that this system, these people hire psychologists, they hire scientists, they hire engineers, they hire everybody to go out and study human nature, to go out and study animal nature. They actually get results based on nature, and then they come back with these results based on what they want, and then they implement them in human beings. We are not doing any form of research on each other. We're not doing any form of research on white folks or nothing. We're just coming up with an idea in our head and be like, okay, this is where we should be, with no form of research, with no anything. So we're not taking into account epigenetics. We're not taking into account behavioral psychology or behavioral science, and we're not taking into account human psychology based on social engineering. We're not taking into account any of these things, and you have all three of these things working on humans who are completely oblivious to actually what's going on. So now when you're trying to work against actual science and actual nature and actual results, use these people are so sophisticated. You're not fighting the system. They are so sophisticated where they done set this thing up for you to fight yourself. Humans are having a problem fighting against their own nature because they have studied human nature, and they have set up their potholes and pitfalls in the path of human nature. So when people are oblivious and they are blind to what's going on, they have no options other than to operate in their human nature, and by default they fall into the pitfalls. So then when you make them aware, it becomes even more difficult because they're not fighting against the system. They're now having to their reject or resist their human nature and go in the opposite direction of their human nature. So this is what you're fighting against, on top of social engineering that creates the illusion. And then after that, you're dealing with ego. So now the ego attaches itself to any and everything to create an identity or individual identity. What an ego is naturally going to defend itself. So how it's not what's the solution to fix everybody? The question is how do you convince people that they not who they believe they are? That's the question.
Well, you know, me personally, and I don't care if everybody get mad at me for saying this, but I believe a lot of us need mental therapy. I believe a lot of black folks, we need mental therapy. We just do.
Mm-hmm.
My ass probably. I know my ass needs some, but a lot of us, we need mental help. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of us, we need to lay on the couch. We need to talk to
But here's the
somebody. We need to.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. You're talking about a field that has dwindled because it ain't no pay in that field. And then, since we live in a capitalistic society, right? The majority of these people are not even in the practice to actually help people. So we're not going to even be actually healing. They're not even actually going to be healing people. So it's not enough. Every single person needs a coach and a guide. Every person. It ain't enough people with the knowledge and the wisdom to guide everybody. So now what happens is these people are left out into the wilderness to figure it out on their own. They never gonna do that. I figured it out. Nobody helped me. I figured it out. But the reality is, I'm a rare breed. I am the exception to the rule. I'm not the rule. So we're looking at other people and looking at them like, why you can't get it together? They are so far gone and they are so oblivious. They're not gonna figure it out. By the time you're 25, your prefrontal cortex, where your personality and your characteristics are set in stone. Anybody over the age of 25, the older you get, the less likely you are gonna be able to change. So it's easier to build strong children than it is to fix broken men.
Yes.
It's too many. It's too many people, and they have too much working against them. You got epigenetics, you got the ego, you have social engineering, and you have behavioral science that's working against them, and they are oblivious to all of it. And you're not going to convince them they not who they believe they are. So now you just got to hope that you get some extraordinary people. But even if you get an extra, that's why they came out with the 5 percenters, because only five, the thought is only 5% of the people are really gonna get it and have to separate from the rest of them. So, and then we forget that not only do you have all of this stuff working, you now have all these blind people who are reproducing children. And so now, with social engineering and all of that other stuff working, you have the generations getting worse and worse, because every generation more and more knowledge is being chipped away. More and more values are being thrown out because the infrastructure that we live in does not facilitate and does not force us to go in a certain direction. Whereas you have Egypt, their infrastructure forces values to go in a certain direction. There is no force here. There are no values. Nobody forcing anybody to get married. Nobody forcing anything on people. People are allowed to pretty much do whatever they want to and hold whatever philosophy they want to hold. So
Well, of course, I agree with that. But you would think at some point, because you hear people talk about white supremacy, they talk about the white power structure, they talk about, how white folks got their foot on our necks and all this kind of nonsense. You hear that kind of stuff. So you would think, because I know many of us, we have a tendency to use that as an excuse, as opposed to using that for a reason to strive harder, to work harder, want more, to strive for more, to have more desire, more interest. That's kind of how I look at things. Like, I know we in a world where, the white power structure controls most of the crap that goes on in this country. That's just the way it is. But I use that as a motivator. I don't use that as a reason for being complicit in my life and just throw my hands up and say, oh God, white supremacy got me. What am I going to do? I mean, that's a losing philosophy, don't you
Well,
think?
the reason why this is, and so the so-called enlightened people, these people are just as dumb as the other people, because they are, because there's a difference between knowledge and wisdom.
True,
There's a difference.
true.
And people believe that when you get knowledge, and knowledge is not something that you read. See, there's a difference between knowledge and information. Most of these people don't have any form of knowledge, they just got information. So they get information. They never turn this into knowledge because they don't apply it in their own lives. See, people who too busy applying stuff ain't got time to be out here just yipping and yapping. So when you begin to apply and you begin to learn, you turn that information into knowledge. Here's the difference between knowledge and wisdom, though. Wisdom is the time when you decide to use that knowledge. It is not wise to give steak to babies. It's not wise to do that. It's not wise to have information or knowledge and know something and then go share it with someone who's not ready to receive that type of information, because you may be counterproductive and you may actually destroy them with that information that you gave them at the wrong time. See, it ain't wise to go and tell somebody who already don't have no drive, who's already depressed and who already has no vision. It's not wise to go and tell that person, hey, you a slave if you work for the white man. Don't go working for nobody. Don't do this. Instead of building this person up, you have now just torn this person apart. See, it wasn't wise for the people to get information on sovereignty and then go out and tell people like Corin Gaines about that, because now they are responsible for her actually being killed because you gave someone who had no understanding of anything information, and she went out there and used this information and it got her killed. That wasn't wise. So a lot of these so-called elevated people and knowledgeable and conscious people do not understand the levels of information dissemination. When you're in the military, the buck private is not going to get the information that the 5-star general is giving out to all the officers. There is a level of information dissemination. Exoteric people, you do not give exoteric people esoteric information. It's not time. And you may destroy that person with the information that you give them. People don't understand that. People think wisdom is knowledge applied. No, wisdom is about the time that you use certain knowledge, because sometimes it's not wise to open your mouth. Sometimes it's more wise to keep your mouth closed and use your ears, even if you know something.
Well, I've always believed that knowing is only half the battle. The other half is implementation. I also believe that it's good to know, but if you know and don't apply, you're not much better off than the person who doesn't know because you're not applying it.
Well, that's
Um,
knowledge. That's
yes.
not, yeah, because you take the information and then you learn by doing. You become knowledgeable by doing. You can hear something, you can see it, but you learn by doing. Most of these people only have information. That's it. And once they get the information, they don't try to become knowledgeable. they go out thinking they finna go teach everybody else. But see, if you were really knowledgeable, one of the things is that you would seek to understand. A lot of people get the information that they have, and they don't even understand what they're reading. They don't understand what they're getting. So how you gonna teach somebody something when you don't even have an understanding yourself? Because understanding don't come like that. Understanding comes in time, processing and throwing the information back and forth. Because a lot of people will run out here with this esoteric philosophy about we all connected, it's all energy and this, that, and the other one. Well, if everything is connected, why haven't you figured out how to connect the dots of life? How come you haven't figured out how to connect the dots of all this information that's out there? Because none of this information is isolated. None of it. So my question is if people steady hollering about Willie Lynch, why you ain't figured out that your core knowledge needs to be rooted in understanding human psychology, human behavior, child development, and animal wildlife nature? Why you ain't figured that out? Because if you understood that, then you would understand and see other things that are going on, because you're being controlled by this knowledge. The white folks know this knowledge. The white folks they're using all of this data from studying nature, from studying the universe, and they're implementing this on you. If you truly understood, you would understand that the environment that a person lives in influences their behavior. You would understand that there's so many levels to this, that there is no one answer to fix everything and everybody. It's impossible, because everyone has to be responsible for themselves. If 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 you have philosophies that you are hell bent on not changing, what make you think other people are not in the same perspective, on a different level and a different frequency than you are? Because just like everybody else is hell bent on not changing things, the rest of humanity is hell bent on a lot of stuff that they're not going to change. And that's for various reasons. And change does not come from the bottom, change comes from the top. The infrastructure has to facilitate the direction of where you're going. If you're working for a company, depending on who is the leadership at the CEO, the management, things from the bottom will change based on who is at the top. Because all laws, all programs, all things are implemented from the top, and then it shifts the direction, trickling all the way down to the bottom. If the infrastructure does not facilitate the change in the direction, it's not going there on a massive scale. It's not. So now you depend on individuals to govern their own reality.
So, do you believe that that is why things are the way they are for black folks? Because black folks are at the bottom. Okay, we at the bottom. We got the least money. We got the least everything. We own the least part of this country. I mean, we own less of pretty much everything as far as this country is concerned. Is that because what's going on at the top, or do we have something to do with that? Are we part of our own illness, or is our illness being injected into us?
Both. And here's the thing. I'm gonna read this to you because I put this on my I put this on my page. I put this on my page for people to critically think. It's a book that a lot of people may not know the name of this book, but they know a few stories out of this book. It's Aesop's Fables. Some people may be familiar with the wolf in sheep's clothing. That didn't come out the Bible. That came from Aesop's Fables. They inserted that into the Bible eventually, but that came from Aesop's Fables. The tortoise and the hare. Aesop's fables. Okay, so there is a fable in here called the North Wind and the Sun. Let me go to it real quick. I'm gonna need to remember the page. Give me a second. Oh, and the boy who cried wolf. That's an Aesop fable. I can't see you. I don't know if can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can see you and hear you, Miss Clark.
Okay, because I can't see you. I don't know what's going on. Okay, hold on. Let me get to it. Here it is. It's number 22. All right. Okay. So, a dispute rose between the north wind and the sun, each claiming that he was stronger than the other. At last, they agreed to try their powers upon a traveler to see which could soonest strip him of his cloak or his jacket. The north wind had the first try, and gathering up all his force for the attack, he came whirling furiously down upon the man and caught up his cloak, as though he would wrest it from him by one single effort. But the harder he blew, the more closely the man wrapped it around himself. Then came the turn of the sun. At first he beamed down gently upon the traveler, who soon unclasped his cloak and walked on with it hanging loosely about his shoulders. Then he shone forth in his full strength, and the man, before he had gone many steps, was glad to throw his cloak right off and complete his journey more lightly clad. And the explanation to it is persuasion is better than force. But I take it a little bit further than persuasion just being better than force. First of all, the traveler was completely unaware of the battle that rose between the north wind and the sun. He's completely oblivious. Secondly, his jacket was already removed before he actually removed it. So the illusion is that the traveler made the decision to take his jacket off, but the decision was already made for him because there was a plan to get him to move it in the first place. So, knowing the nature of human beings, the sun knew that if he made it hot, that he was going to eventually take the jacket off without even having to fight him. So, the plan was set up in line with nature because persuasion is better than force. Black people have been given the illusion that their decisions are their own, but the decisions have already been made for them without them knowing because it's been set up in line with their nature. So it's not Black people's fault that they are unaware of all of the things that are working on them because there's only 24 hours in a day. Yes, their actions, yeah, he took his jacket off, but the decision was made for him before he made the decision himself. If the traveler knew about the plans between the sun and the wind, do you think he would have made a different decision? Would he have still taken the jacket off? A lot of these people do not understand anything that's being spoken to them. They just regurgitate stuff that they hear with no true understanding. So let's take the people in the hood. First of all, I'm not sure if you ever I don't know why I can't see you. I can't
Because because I'm invisible.
all I see is a logo. That's it.
Mm.
Um, but
I can see you though, and so can my audience. They can see you too.
okay, all right. So let's take the people in the hood. First of all, you have. Do you know who John Calhoun is?
Yes, heard the
Okay.
name.
Okay. Do you know what he did?
Kind of, sort of.
What? Tell me. I need to. Do you
Kind
know?
of, sort of. Kind of, sort of. I don't
Kind
want see. I don't talk about things that I'm not completely
Well, I mean, you
100
don't have to
on.
be completely, but I'm trying to get an idea. Do you know anything about what he did? Just name something.
No, I'm not going to do that because I don't
Okay.
like being wrong.
Okay. So
I
it's
like
real.
being
Just
wrong.
it's just real simple to say I'm not certain if I know this person or
Yeah.
not. It's that simple. John Calhoun was the behavioral scientist behind the rat utopia. Are you familiar with the rat utopia?
Kind of, kind of, kind of, kind of,
Okay.
kind
Okay.
of. When I was in the NOI, I heard the story kind of. I was in the NOI many years ago, and they spoke with John Calhoun in the Rat Utopia many
Okay.
years ago.
Okay. Well, this is a very important thing to understand because a lot of people talk about Margaret Sanger like it ain't nothing. People bring up Margaret Sanger left and right about Planned Parenthood. This is when I say people don't understand anything because they get bits and pieces of information and then they run with it without no understanding. See, there's a reason that the that Planned Parenthood is in the hood. There's a reason outside of let's just exterminate black folks. That's not the underlying reason that is there. The projects, which was a human experiment, that was a spinoff of the of John Calhoun's Rat Utopia experiment. John Calhoun started these experiments in 1947, where he studied rats. The difference between rats and human beings is that rats are not able to analyze and observe their conditions and make different decisions to change their environment. They're stuck. So, this is the studying animals is the best way to get an unfiltered and unskewed result because they don't have the ability to use critical thinking to go outside of their nature. So you're going to get raw results based on how you change or alter whatever it is so you can get a certain result. So what he did, he took four females and four males, and he made this big place, all right, to house these rats. And he gave them everything they needed: food, shelter, everything, with the exception of space. When he did the experiments earlier, he gave them everything they needed, including space. In the population, nothing happened. The rats were normal. But when he took the space away, gave them all the food they needed, gave them all everything, guess what happened? It screwed with the psychology of these rats. And guess what? The rats went from 8 to a population boom of 2,200 rats. They procreated like crazy. They became violent. Some of them became exclusively homosexual. Some of them isolated themselves and away from the other ones and protected themselves in like a little corner that they called the beautiful ones. It was a few females in there guarded by the most aggressive males, and other ones became highly aggressive because of the space. Now, so if we understand that, and then we go to the human rat experience, hence why you have the term hood rat. Okay, that term hood rat didn't just come out of nowhere. That term hood rat is directly connected to the rat utopia experiment. And so what did Margaret Sanger do? Well, based on the results from the rats, if you do this to humans who are completely oblivious to what you're doing, they don't know. But the scientists and people who understood the results that they got from the rats, they knew the actions of humans before humans even make the decision to do any of that stuff. So now Black people are under the illusion that they're making a innate decision when the decisions have already been made for them prior to the creation of the hood and the projects. The decisions had already been made. So now they're operating on their biological and psychological nature that has been influenced by the changing environment. So they already know. Black folks are the ones that don't know, that are completely unaware of this. But now, how do you convince them that this is what's going on and they're not making their own decisions? Well, you got the ego in the way now. You're not going to tell Black folks that you are not making these decisions, that these decisions are being made for you. That's where you're going to have a problem at. So now when we look at the Margaret Sanger involvement in Planned Parenthood, the reason that Planned Parenthood is in the hood is because when they put these experiments together, they already knew that there was going to be a population boom based on the results from the rat utopia. And so they implemented these same things, and this is why you have government assistance, welfare, Medicaid, food stamps. You give them everything they need with the exception of space. It ain't no space in the hood for these folks. So now you have that working on them. This is straight nature. This is straight. Now you're having to ask Black people to fight against their own nature. Okay? Because that's where the pitfalls are at. So not only are you having that, you got social engineering now because the people still got to work. They've sped up the time or taken a lot of time away from people where they don't have an opportunity to think. But now we forget that there's a such thing called infanticide in nature. 3% of animals are monogamous. The rest, the 97% of mammals and other animals are polygamous. And the nature of a female is to procreate with those who have an opportunity for the reason of protection and the reason of survival. So she may be polygamous based on the environment or the need for protection. So you have some stuff in nature called paternity confusion. There is a scientific natural reason for paternity confusion to decrease the likelihood of infanticide and to get more protection and more security for the female. So all of this stuff is happening in human beings, and people do not understand why it's happening in human beings because they don't understand nature, they don't understand behavioral psychology, and they do not understand science. And so when you're trying to understand how to change this, the only way that you're going to make any changes is you have to understand what contributes to the results that you don't like and stop contributing. Well, you're not going to get the average person to ever figure any of this stuff out. You're not going to get them to figure it out. You're not going to stop abortions. You're not going to stop people killing their children. You're not going to stop abandonment. And the reason why you're not going to stop abandonment, because it's all in their nature based on all of this stuff that's working on them. And so if they've never become aware, and even if they do become aware and they see this mountain of problems, the thing that they're going to have an issue with is fighting themselves to go in the opposite way that their nature is demanding them to go. That makes it very difficult. Everybody knows that humans are emotional creatures. They're not creatures of logic. Humans by nature are not disciplined. Humans by nature are pleasurable. That's how the human mind is set up. It takes a lot of discipline to break a habit. A whole lot. It takes 32 days to break a habit. Well, you got a bunch of people out here who've been conditioned to the lowest parts of their nature. And now we asking them to figure it out on their own. And we asking them to get up and go in the opposite direction of your nature and try to break all these habits. It takes a special person to do that. And the majority of our people are not exceptional or the exception to the rule. The majority of people are average, and the majority of people are affected by this. And the only way to change it is the change has to come from the top, and the complete infrastructure of America where they live has to be changed. And then there has to be a process. Just like brainwashing, a generation takes a minimum of 15 years for demoralization. It's going to take the same amount of time, if not more, to shift this in a different direction. That means you got to kill and get rid of the majority of people and start over and completely set up a whole new infrastructure if you want this done on a massive scale. If you don't, if you're not, if you're looking for a massive scale change, the reality that's not gonna happen because you're not gonna overthrow no white supremacy. You're not gonna get rid of this infrastructure because it took a long time to get it here. You're not gonna change it. You don't have the manpower. So the only thing that you can do is affect, you know, your local environment of people here. But you're looking for a national change. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
Well, far as Mr. Calhoun, my understanding is that that's why I didn't speak on it because I didn't know what you were referring to. Um, I was taught that Mr. Calhoun and Miss Sanger, they were they were part of the machine that we know today as eugenics. Eugenics was based on the principles of Calhoun, and Margaret Sanger was also part of that whole eugenics machine.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was taught when I was, when I was in the NOI.
Well, yeah, that's basically what I said. But what I was saying is, I gave you the science. All I wanted you to say was, yeah, that's the rat utopia guy. That's
Mm,
it. You didn't have to go
yeah.
into all of that. But that's the part most people are unaware that Margaret Sanger's Planned Parenthood was a result of what was going to be the result of putting black folks in a cramped space and they knew that there was going to be a population boom. So in order to counteract the population boom that we know is going to create more violence, they know that because that's what happened in the rats, that we know is going to create more unstable individuals. We have to come up with a byproduct that's going to pick up all of that. So abortions, because we know there's going to be infanticide, that's what's going to happen. Mothers are going to abandon their children. That's a part of the nature. So we are not understanding that what is going on with black folks has been a shifted nature. These people are operating as of the lower part of themselves, and they are unaware that they are operating on the lower parts of themselves. The difference between them and the rats is that they do have the ability or the opportunity to become aware. But the problem, where you gonna have the problem at, is the ego. The ego is the biggest problem because the ego is where your identity lies. The ego attaches itself to philosophies, to images, to experiences. And this becomes a person's individual identity. When you attack the ego goes into a natural defense mode. Okay, when it goes into a defense mode, you're not gonna get to anybody, you're not gonna get to them. So everybody has the ego that's against them. You have to convince them that you're not who you believe you are. You're not gonna do that because you have to, the production line is too fast. It's too fast. You got people having, you got savages out here having 4 and 5 kids. People who are enlightened, they not having that many kids. Like, I'm not having no more than one. The people who are in these environments are popping out kids 4, 5, and 6. And it don't matter. So now, what's the likelihood that out of 6, or like that dude with 34 kids, I tallied up, I came across 9 dudes. Out of 9 dudes, and all of these Negroes was in the hood, between 9 dudes, they had over 200 children, just between 9 of them. So out of 200 kids produced by 9 Negroes in the hood, what percentage of those people gonna turn out like me? What percentage of those people are gonna make it out and figure it out? Do you think that all them kids are going to turn out to be productive citizens, or are we creating more of a broken mentality? So the production of savages for 200 kids to what, 15 or 9, or yeah, maybe 15, you take 9 responsible, productive Black people, the average, how many kids do you have?
4.
You got 4. I got 1. So between me and you, it's 5. Just between me and you take 2 of them, it's 55. 2 of them, you got 55 kids to me and your 5. So how are you going to change the direction of all of these children when you know you have to, it starts in the home, the training starts at home. And a lot of times these people ain't got no help, they out there figuring it out on their own. The TV is raising them all. Ain't no way you finna win. That you can't stop that. The production line is too fast.
True.
And so people are not taking into account all of this stuff that's working against Black folks. And you're not gonna wake up everybody. It's impossible. The only way to shift this is to change the power structure from the top. And you ain't finna do that. That mean people are left out here to figure it out on their own and to get it right by themselves. Because you can't help everybody. Yeah. I can't help everybody.
Some people are gonna miss the train. Some people that the train is just gonna miss. They're not gonna be on the train.
The majority of them. So if you look at the next 20 years, we really gonna be screwed. Because remember, we still got epigenetics. Epigenetics is how the DNA changes based on the environment and how DNA and trauma is passed down from generation to generation. Well, if you got this trauma that's being passed down through them, and then you got social engineering working on them too, and you have their environment that's working on them. And people keep saying, well, females need to choose better. I told somebody earlier, I said, look, stop acting like all these females can make better decisions than their mates. I said, a hood rat don't qualify for a damn doctor. A hood rat don't qualify for somebody outside of her league. So like attracts like. A crackhead don't qualify for somebody with a job or education. Crackhead gonna be with a crackhead. Hood rat gonna be with a thug. So people are not gonna be dating outside of their class. And just because they're a hood rat, just because they're a crackhead, don't make them less human. They still gonna want to have sex because that's a natural need.
I agree.
You're not gonna stop people from having sex. So telling people to keep your legs closed, you're just saying stupid stuff. Idealism is no place for trying to come up with a solution You cannot come up with solutions on an illusion. You only come up with solutions to a problem that's rooted in reality. If you're going to lie about what's really happening, then you're not going to be able to fix nothing. You got to be real. And so coming up with illusions like you finna stop human nature, especially when human nature has been castrated all the way down to that of an animal, you're adding to the problem by not being real.
Say that again. Say that again for the folks who may not have heard it. Say that one more time.
You adding to the problem by not being real.
Are you listening, folks? Are you listening? Um, Miss Clark, as always, you always come in and you always, you always hit me to the head with stuff that makes me think. Always. I know you gotta go, but I wanna thank you for coming on tonight. Dropping jewels as always. As always, you got to come back because I'm gonna be on your phone. I'll be like, "Oh, Miss Clark, you got to come back on the show." So I'm gonna give you some time. When you do, when you do the
July 16th.
okay, we're gonna have another little Princella Clark running around the world, huh?
Yep. Go. You feel free to throw some baby shower stuff this way. Some diapers, something.
Yeah, you gotta come back. I mean,
Yeah.
once you feel like you're able to, because like I said, you're one of my returning champions.
Hmm.
It's been a while, and it's good to know that you're still hanging in there and you still, talking good stuff, and you still telling people the things that they need to hear, even though they probably don't want to hear it. They need to hear it, and that's what TPOT is about. We about opening people's minds. Open your mind so possibly you could change your mind and possibly change your behavior and change your circumstances. That's what it's all about. And once again, I know I kept you longer than you wanted to stay. X has that effect. But yes. So I want to thank you for coming through, Miss Clark. You're going to be hearing from me, and I appreciate you stopping by TPOT. You're always welcome right here. All
I
right.
appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All
Peace,
right.
Miss Clark.
Peace out.
All right. Yeah. We just got off the line with Miss Clark, y'all. And she was dropping jewels as she always do. I got a lot of respect for Miss Clark. Um, she says a lot of things that I agree with, and she's very, very sharp. And like I said, she holds her own, and she talks that talk, man. She do. I'm telling you, she talks that talk. She at the end, she talked about a lot of the things that we talk about here a lot on the old YouTube spear, if you will. She said what? She said a hood rat ain't gonna attract a doctor. She said a crackhead ain't gonna attract somebody with a job. And that's the very thing we have been talking about over the past couple of weeks, because there's been this whole big debacle, about educated lames and dudes from the hood versus dudes who are not from the hood and all this kind of nonsense, and how women want thugs and drug dealers and all that kind of crap. It is what it is. I mean, I know these brothers, they see these women in the hood, they got these big old booties and these nice bodies, and they're like, oh my God, why do they want the drug dealer? Why do they want the thug, that plays video games all day? Like attracts like Miss Clark said, they ain't going after you because guess what? You're not part of what they see in themselves. You are not part of it at all. That is why you cannot get them, brother. You need to be fishing in your own pond as opposed to bitching about someone else's pond. You understand? Those fish are not in your pond. That's why you cannot get them. They're not in your pond. You have to take your rod and reel and cast it out with the correct bait, of course. Cast it out and fish in your own pond. That's when you'll catch the fish. You're not going to catch fish that are in a pond that you are not fishing in. Do you understand? You understand what I'm telling you, brothers? All right? Your fish are in your pond. All those women that you see out there that you like and you talk shit about, they're not in your pond. They're not. That's why you cannot catch them. You understand? Do you understand? Anyway, yeah, we are about to shift gears. We went from talking to Miss Clark, and in a few minutes, we about to have Brother Cory Haywood on, the man that everyone loves to hate. So you know, X got some. He's throwing some curveballs at y'all tonight, boy. X is hitting y'all with some curveballs because we go from Princella Clark to Cory Haywood. As a matter of fact, let me hit him up right now. See where the hell he at. What the hell's going on with you, Cory? What the hell? What the hell? He's saying that the link ain't working. Here we go with the old T.P.O.T. ghetto ghost. I'm saying to send him the link again, I guess. Here go T.P.O.T. with the damn ghetto ghost again. Well, at least the damn likes are exceeding the viewers. I like that. I like that. And if you folks are feeling generous, just hit this old link right here. I'm about to put it in there in a minute. Bam. There it is. If you're feeling generous, drop a few coins in this here bucket. See right there? About right there somewhere. See about right there. Yeah, I think it's about right there. Yeah. See? Right there. See that link? If you're feeling generous, hit that link. Drop a few coins in the bucket. It will be appreciated. And also, I want you to drop a few likes in this here bucket here. See that there? See that one that goes like this? See that one? Move your hand slowly. Come on, let's do it together. Move your hand slowly. Right on over there. Put it over that mouse. That mouse right over there. Right over that thumbs up. Right over that. And click. You're done. I don't know what's going on with Brother Haywood. He's telling me that the link ain't working, which ain't a surprise because that happens around here on the old T.P.O.T. YouTube page. I'll try to send it to him again. See what's going on here. See what's going on here. See what's going on here. See what the hell. He's saying the link ain't working. Do some IT magic. But Miss Clark, man, I always enjoy Miss Clark. I mean, if y'all look in some of my old archives, like I said, she's been on my show quite a few times. I always enjoy, you know, the things that she say. I don't totally agree with everything she says, but I agree with a lot that she says. And I think she's a very, very bright lady. And hopefully I can get her back. You know, a lot has happened since I spoke to Miss Clark last. I mean, she done got married, you know, she's pregnant and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I I had no idea about any of that. She didn't mention any of that. She did tell me that she told me that she was pregnant when we spoke the other day, but I didn't know she had got married and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, a lot has happened, you know. But people evolve, people grow. At least that's what they're supposed to do. We supposed to evolve, grow, and change. That's what we are supposed to do. Um, I think a big problem is, and I spoke about this with her a little while ago. I think a lot of us, we don't grow, evolve, and change. We kind of stay stuck. We kind of stay stuck right there. Um, she had told me earlier that she could only stay for 30 minutes, but X can always make them stay longer. X just has that effect on people. But yeah, she was only going to stay like 30 minutes, and of course I had her stay like hours some change, because X is irresistible. The ladies must linger. Yeah. So we were talking about how people are, they don't really realize what's going on. I talk about this stuff with my wife. Um, I tell her, like, when we walk into, say, a shoe store or a sneaker store, and no matter how many pairs of sneakers you see in there, you see 100 pair of sneakers, 200 pair of sneakers, 500 pairs of sneakers, and you look and you're like, wow, I have 500 choices of sneakers. But really, you don't, because the choice has been made for you, because the person who does the buying for that sneaker store, they went and looked at 5,000 pairs of sneakers and picked out those 500 to put in their store. Let me say that again. They looked at 5,000 pairs of sneakers and they chose those 500 to put in their store. So your choices have already been made for you. They have decided that you will have 500 choices. You understand? Do you understand, people? I hope you understood that. They have made the choice for you. So you really are not making the choices yourself. You're actually choosing from their choices. Because like I said, they looked at 5,000, they looked at 10,000. They decided, they picked these 500 and they put them in the store. So you walk in the store like, oh my God, they got 500 pairs. I got 500 pairs to look at. Yeah, that's all you got to look at because someone decided that for you. But anyway, I think that we have to start understanding these things. And I agree with Miss Clark that a lot of us, we lack clear understanding. I think a lot of us have a lot of information. We have a lot of information, a lot of it reprocessed, repackaged, regurgitated, whatever you want to call it, because the information has always been here. There's nothing new. It's not like when you hear people talk, man, when you hear my black ass talk, I mean, what I'm telling you isn't something new that I came up with. I invented it. Okay. This information, man, and this knowledge, man, and these processes and practices, man, have been around forever. They've been around for centuries. Okay. There's nothing new about it. There's nothing new about anything that anyone tells you. Me or anybody else that's on media or anybody else that's on television or on the radio or anywhere else telling you things. The information is not new, y'all. It's not. It's always been here. You know, Sister Ali always says, they change the words around, the nouns and the verbs and the adjectives, but the information has already been given. It's already been given. And what we have going on now is we have a lot of the same information being given to people, okay, and being pushed on people as if it's some new shit. And really, it's not. It's not new at all. The only thing that's new is the person that's saying it, Okay, because the same shit that you hear somebody say today, someone said it yesterday, someone said it yesteryear, someone said it 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 100 years ago. So there's nothing new under the sun. Not to run off a cliche, but that's just the way it is. And like I said, you often hear, like I told Miss Clark, I mean, knowledge is power. Yes, it is, but knowing is only half of it. The other half is being able to implement the shit. Because if you're a person that know all this shit, but you don't implement it, you're not much better off than the person, man, who doesn't know. In fact, you're worse off because you know and you're not implementing it. At least this person doesn't know the shit. Yeah, they don't know it. So at least that's their reason why they're not doing what they're supposed to do. But you know better and you're not doing what you're supposed to do. So I believe you're kind of worse off. All right. You're kind of worse off. So we have to stop getting caught up in useless ideologies and useless pathologies. I'm a true believer in that. We have to stop getting caught up in useless pathologies and useless ideologies. I just think that it's a waste of time. It's a waste of space in your damn brain. It's just a waste. It's just a total waste. And I think we have to stop listening to people. We have to stop listening to people who tell us to do shit that they're not doing themselves. Okay. Like, for instance, if I'm going to talk to you, if I'm going to preach getting married, if I'm going to preach having your own business, doing your own thing, being your own man, wouldn't you look at me cockeyed if I wasn't married? If I didn't run my own business and I wasn't my own man, wouldn't you look at me cockeyed? I'm telling you, go out there, start your own business. And meanwhile, I work for somebody else. I'm telling you, get out there, get you a wife, get married. But I'm just some player with the 10 baby mamas. You would just look at me crazy, right? You'd look at me crazy, like, what the hell is X talking about? So that's something else we have to stop doing. We have to stop listening to people telling us to do shit that they're not doing. All right. We have to stop listening to people tell us live our life a certain way, and they're living their life the total opposite of what they're preaching to us. All right. The first person they should be applying their so-called knowledge and wisdom to is their own damn selves. All right. You can't tell me to go do something and your black ass hasn't done it yet and have no intention on doing it, because now you're not teaching. You're just preaching. You're just preaching. You're not teaching me anything. All right. You're not. You can't teach me. You can't teach me about biology if your black ass don't know biology. You can't teach me about history if your black ass don't know history. You understand? So that's something else. I mean, I guess we fall in love with the illusion of the characters. You know, they may be nice looking. They may be nice to look at. They may have a nice presence on YouTube or TV or radio, and we just listen to their BS. But if we was to examine, and I've said this often, if we was to examine a lot of these damn people who sit around and tell us to do all this BS, man, we would see that they ain't doing none of that shit. They would be telling you, you hear a lot of people tell you, oh, don't be a slave to the white man. Got a job at Walmart. Oh, be your own thing. Have your own shit. Live with their mom in the attic. Make your own money. Don't don't settle, don't settle, don't settle for pennies. Meanwhile, they sitting somewhere making minimum wage. You understand? You just have all that. You have all these kind of things going on within black society. It's prolific, man. It's prolific. You have people telling you, oh, we need to be building families. We need to be more monogamous. We need to be more communal. We need to stop hurting each other and all this kind of nonsense. And this same person has 5, 6 baby mamas. They freaking selling crack, selling heroin, okay, living in mom's basement still. I mean, these are the people that we have telling us shit. You understand? These are the people that we have telling us stuff. All right. I mean, I'm a type of person, I'm not telling you nothing. I'm not going to tell you anything that I haven't done, that I'm not in the process of doing, or better yet, that I'm not willing to do. All right. Just like I tell you, don't go out there and work for the white man. You goddamn right I tell you that. You know why? Because I don't. I don't. I don't. When I tell you, save your money, quit spending your money on bullshit that you want, and keep your money together for the shit that you need, that's what I do. That's what I do. You understand? When I tell you, think with your mind and not your penis, that's what I do. All right. So, I mean, we gotta stop listening. We have to stop listening to people, man, who telling us to do shit that they don't do, man. We have to stop doing it. All right. We have to stop doing it, because what's that how's that saying go? When the blind lead the blind, they both go into a damn ditch. I mean, we got people right now, man, telling us, we got people right now telling us to grow our own food. Go to their house. Do they got a fucking garden? You got people right now saying, oh, we need to be separate. We need to be doing this. We need to be doing that. They ain't separate from nobody. They ain't separate. I mean, so we have to stop listening to these people. I mean, we just do. I mean, we just have to stop listening to them. Okay, yeah, they sound good. They can string words together. They can tell you all this shit and make you feel really, really good, and make you feel happy, and you have the tinglies in your stomach and all that kind of nonsense. Yeah, I get it. I mean, I could do that too. I could get up here and bullshit the hell out of y'all. Okay, I can get up here and bullshit the hell out of y'all if that's what I really wanted to do. Because see, some people have that understanding that we as a people, a lot of us are very, very incorrigible, man. We're very incorrigible, and we can't seem to get our own understanding of things, man. We can't seem to grasp things for ourselves, man. And like I said, I mean, me, I'm not perfect, man. I'm far from it. I'll be the first person to tell you, don't be nothing like me. Be better than me. Okay? Don't be nothing like me. Be better than me. All right? Definitely be better than me. But what I will tell you is this: if you are led by people who claim to know, and you are a person who already does not know, you are never going to be better off. Because these people that claim to know but don't apply, in reality, they're no better than you, man. Because, like I said earlier, they know but they don't apply. You don't know. That's why you don't apply. Do you understand what I'm saying to you, folks? You understand what I'm saying to you? They claim to know, but they do not apply. You just don't know. That's why you don't apply. So, in fact, in actuality, they're worse off than you, because they got a head full of shit that they ain't even using. You understand? Um, Now, Brother Haywood is telling me that the app is just leading him to the app store. I don't know what he's talking about. Um, okay, let me tell him maybe he should come in the chat and I can drop it in the chat. Maybe I can do that. Here we go. Let me tell him. Let's go to the page. Yeah, because I want to get Cory on here, because got to get old Cory on here. Goddamn it. Got to get Brother Haywood on here. Because, see, when Brother Haywood come, you're going to get like a total different vibe than you just got from Miss Clark. The vibe is going to be totally different. I mean, the mood is going to change dramatically. It's going to be a drastic change of moods. A drastic change, indeed. A drastic change, indeed. A drastic change indeed. All right, let me see. Let's do this here. Hold on a second, y'all. Just talk amongst yourselves for a moment. Just talk amongst yourselves for a moment. Let me tell him to come to the page. It works. Yeah, because he's saying that the link ain't working, which isn't a surprise because y'all all know that T.P.O.T is haunted by the ghetto ghost, and I cannot. I've tried to perform many, many exorcisms, and it just does not work. It does not work. No matter what I try, the ghetto ghosts refuse to leave. Yeah, they refuse to leave. Let me see. I mean, I sent it to his email. He's saying that it's sending him to the App Store. I don't know what that's about. But like I said, the ghetto ghosts, boy, these ghetto ghosts that haunt this damn system. You know why that happens, don't y'all? Because on T.P.O.T we talk good shit. That's why that happens. Because we talk good stuff. That's why it happens. Yeah. So this is the thing. While we waiting for Brother Haywood to come on up in here. This is the thing, y'all. I just wanna say this to y'all. This is very important. The reason T.P.O.T exists. Well, first and foremost, it exists so you can open your mind. But it also exists because if I can help one person, if I can, and I've said this before many times on this platform, but I'm going to say it again. So if you don't want to hear it again, mute your damn stream. If I can help one person, if I can keep one brother in school, if I can keep one 13-year-old girl from getting pregnant, if I can keep one brother with his family, if I can keep one brother out of jail, if I can keep one child from making the wrong decisions, if I can save one life, all of this is worth it. Do you understand? All of it. All the money I put in the computers, the cameras, the time, the interviews, the all of that, the internet, all of that. It's all worth it. Because if I save one person, you know what T.P.O.T is? Not just a venue for opening minds. T.P.O.T is also a success. If it saves one life, it's a success. And every life after that just makes it more and more of a success. Simple and plain. Simple as that, y'all. Doesn't get any simpler than that. Doesn't get any simpler than that, y'all. You know, that's why T.P.O.T exists. It exists for that reason. That is the reason. That is why we are here. So if you didn't know before, you know now. That is why T.P.O.T is here. And it looks like Brother Haywood has not come into the stream. Let me see. I mean, he was on the stream before, so Let me hit him up. Jesus. Let me hit old Brother Haywood up, see what the hell's going on here. God damn it. You messing up my show, Brother Haywood. Let's see. All right. I'll hit him up. Maybe, just maybe. It might work. Looks like my damn screen is buffering. See what's going on with that. Are y'all buffering too out there? Probably got too much shit running. That could be a possibility. Too much shit running. But in the meantime, as we wait for Brother Haywood to figure out his technical difficulties, because it's not on my end, y'all, surprisingly, it's on his. Usually it's me, but tonight it's not. So, in the meantime, while we're waiting for Brother Haywood, go ahead and see that link right there, that Streamlab link. Go ahead and hit that link if you're feeling generous. Okay. Hit that link if you're feeling generous. It's right about there somewhere, I do believe. And also hit this damn like button right here as well. All right. Make sure you do that. If you're not going to do it on the way in the door, at least do it on the way out. Thank you very much. It's appreciated. I don't know what's going on, y'all, with Brother Haywood. Just hit him up. He is experiencing technical difficulties. I don't know what the hell happened. Don't know what happened. Well, I guess y'all are just stuck with me then for now. So, well, shit, I might as well go ahead and get into what's going on at the old T.P.O.T network then, huh? Tomorrow, make sure you have your black behinds here tomorrow. Because as you know, Thursday nights is T.L.O.T night, the ladies of thought, Unicorn 4. Tomorrow, going to be a really, really good show because tomorrow we're going to be talking about the difference between women and girls. Let me say that again. The difference between women and girls. And of course, you know, the Unicorn 4 is going to be here breaking it down. TLOT, Lady Ming, Lady Cats, Lady Kendra, and Lady Classic, of course. And they're going to be breaking it down about what a woman is, what a woman isn't, what makes her a woman, what makes her not a woman. And also, they're going to be telling you, brothers, what to look for in a woman. Because I do believe you brothers need some advice. Yeah. And I can't think of anyone better to give it to you than, of course, the lovely ladies of the Unicorn 4. You know what I mean? It's going to be lit. That's right. It's going to be lit, Lady Kendra. I can't wait because y'all know I'm always waiting on Thursday nights, man. Thursday nights are always, they are always what it is because the Unicorn 4 always lays down a good show, man. These ladies just drop it, drop it, drop it, you know? But yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on with Brother Haywood. I was kind of looking forward to my man Cory coming on here. I don't know what the hell is going on. I probably should have rigged up my damn phone lines because y'all know I do have phone lines. I just don't run them. I do have a phone line system that I can run. I just haven't really been messing with it because we got this YouTube thing going on. You can just hit the link and then y'all can just kind of come in. But I think I'm gonna start doing that. Maybe I'll start doing that next week. Maybe I'll have the phone lines up, give out the phone line number, and well, actually, I have to reestablish it. I have to rehook it up and do all that kind of nonsense. But it takes like 10, 15 minutes to get it right. So maybe we might start doing that. We might start having a call-in number, especially on those U4 broadcasts. Definitely need a call-in number on there because I know people don't want to link into, they want to hide, that's why they put their comments in the chat, instead of trying to come up on the show and talk about it. They want to hide, there's a lot of hiders on YouTube. They hide. But yeah, we might start doing that, y'all. We might start doing some call-in stuff. I might go ahead and hook up the phone lines. I might start doing it. I assume, Lady Kendra, I assume he is trying to get it together. Damn, maybe I need to call his ass because I got his number. I'm trying to give him some time to like figure it out because he said it kept sending him to the app store, which means he probably doesn't have the app. Maybe he got a new phone or something. Maybe he's trying to download it. I don't know what the hell's going on. I done sent him the link like 25 times. I also told him that he can just come to the channel and I'll put the link in the chat and we can go like that. Maybe I'll do that anyway. I'm gonna put the link in the chat so whoever want to jump up on here and salivate a few sentences, feel free while we wait for my man Cory Haywood to come up on here. What y'all think about that? Bam. Go ahead and try the link anyway so I can make sure that the ghetto ghost ain't got their hand in it. Go ahead and hit the link anyway so I can make sure that it's not the ghetto ghost acting up tonight. I sent him I emailed it to him, Lady Nisha, like 5-6 times. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with Brother Haywood. Don't know what's going on. So what y'all think of Miss Clark? I know a lot of you probably aren't familiar with her. My diehard listeners, I know y'all are because y'all know that she's been on the show quite a few times. So tell me what y'all thought of Miss Clark. Those who don't know of her, what do y'all think of her? I got you, Brother Faulkner. It's coming through about right now. I just sent it. Brother Faulkner. She's super smart and deep. Yeah, I think so too. She told me when I spoke to her yesterday, she was like, "Oh, are you going to have any other like volatile guests?" I know who she was talking about. She was talking about Brother Valdez. I said, "Oh, you talking about my boy?" Oh, I was like, "Nah, he probably won't be on tomorrow." I said, "He might be out in the chat." I said, "He probably won't be on tomorrow." Because goddamn, you know how Brother Valdez is, Brother Valdez, man, he come with the pain, He comes with the pain. So you know how that is. That's what I think. That's who I think she was really wondering who was going to be there. But yeah, I said, well, Brother Valdez, he won't, he probably won't be on tonight. I was like, he might come through, but I said he does a lot of shit, so he's really busy, so he probably won't be on tonight. I think she's pretty unique. We don't see women like this every day. Exactly. I consider her Brother Faulkner. What's
What's up,
good,
man?
man? So the link is working. The link is
Yeah.
working. Aha, homeboy says she is fine as wine. I'm not talking about that, man. I'm talking about what she was talking about. I'm not talking about what she looked
See,
like.
can't blame that. Yeah, I was actually listening to her, her conversation.
Yeah,
So I'm not.
she has a unique perspective, man. She does. Like I said, she's one of my returning champions. You know how it is.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, she is. She is one of my returning champions. She's actually one of my favorites, man. She's one of my favorite people to have on here, man. You know.
Volatile. I don't think Valdez is volatile too much.
No,
Spirit.
he's not. He's not. He's well
Very passionate.
the last time she was on, her and Valdez, they like went pound for pound, round for round. So you know how that go. You know
Oh
how
yeah,
that.
it's for good YouTube.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And
Let me see if I still
thank you, Cats. Well, how you
no,
doing tonight?
she didn't say he was volatile. She said he was combative. Combative, she called him. She said, "Is there going to be any? Are there going to be combative guests on there?" I was like, "No, nah,
Keep you on
nah,
your toes, kind of stuff.
yeah." I was like, "Nah." I said, nah, not tonight. She didn't want to get stressed out, because she's, with child. So, I was like, don't worry about that. It's not gonna be nothing like that tonight. It's gonna be I told her it's gonna be pretty laid back, you know. Because I kind of what I was trying to do is I was gonna have her on because I knew she was gonna come on and she was gonna be very laid back, and then I was gonna have Cory on and he was just gonna take it to 100. We was gonna go from 0 to 100. That was the plan. But of course, something's going on with the link or something's going on with his phone.
Yeah. I was looking forward to that, like little
Yeah, man. Jesus. He
little
said,
controversy.
okay, hold on. Let me see. He said he's already, the link you're sending leads to the download page.
Did you download the app?
No, he's saying that the link that I'm sending is leading him to the download page, which I don't understand because I just emailed you the same exact link. So
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Sometimes Google loves you, sometimes it hates
I know, man. This is some bullshit.
you.
This is some bullshit. I
Oh
just
man.
I just sent you the link. I mean,
I know, right?
same exact link, same exact link, same exact shit. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what kind of phone he got. Maybe his
What Google
phone,
gods did he piss off?
maybe his phone is Turkish, and Turkish phones don't work for Google Hangouts. I don't know. I sent you the exact same link that I sent Brother Haywood.
Oh
What the
man.
hell is happening? Exact same shit, nothing new, nothing different. I didn't put no fairy dust on it or something like that.
I'll be enjoying some of the some of the conversations on here, man, especially on Thursdays. I'll be looking forward to ladies' night, man.
Yeah, man. Well, the Unicorn 4, man, is the Unicorn 4 is a very, very, it's getting more and more popular, man. And oh yeah, I forgot to tell y'all. Go to the website www.don'teventryi.wikifoundry.com. You can go there now, and the Unicorn 4, they all have a page there. Now, mind you, I haven't put no words or literature on there yet, because I'm still building it. But you can see their pages. And if you guys was watching a week or two back, I consider all of them to be somewhat of an element. So when you go on their pages, not only will you see their photo, you will also see a GIF image of each one of those elements that I consider them to be. Lady Ming, of course, you will see a GIF of water. Lady Kendra, you will see a GIF of fire. Lady Classic, you will see a GIF of wind. And with Lady Cat, you will see a GIF of earth. So go there, check it out. Their pages is up. I'm gonna start doing some shit on it. I mean, it's just their pictures and the elements now, but it's coming, y'all. I'm working on it. Like I promised, I'm working on it. It's not
Oh
moving as
man.
it's not moving as fast as I want it to move because y'all know this time of year. Y'all have followed me for a while. Y'all know this time of year my shop gets really, really busy, y'all. It gets busy as hell, and I don't have a lot of time. And a lot of times when I come in here, I just be tired as hell. I have to kind of muster up the energy to get up here and do these streams at night because my ass be tired because I go sun up to sun down. That's how my shop operates. So sun up to sundown, I'm working, y'all. So I have to kind of formulate time to kind of do this kind of stuff. But the site is up. The Unicorn 4's bio page is there, and each one of their pages are also there. So you can go there and you can see them. And like I said, you can see the elements that I consider them to be that's there as well. So they each have their own page. And slowly but surely I will be filling it in with context, and they will be doing it too because they'll have access to their pages so they can link their media platforms to it and all that stuff. So go there, check it out. www.don'teventryi.wikifoundry.com. That's the Popular Thought Series website. Go there. You can also see my bio. You can catch the Unicorn 4 there. You can see the Unicorn 4 webpage. You can also see each single unicorns page as well. Also, Tribute to the Fallen is there. And if you go to the main page and you scroll down, you actually can go to the Nubia Hood radio link. Click that link. It'll bring you to my Nubia Hood radio page, and you can actually go and check out some of my old radio shows from Nubia Hood Radio. There's only about 5 or 6 of them there, but you go there, you can go into my old radio archives. You can see where I interviewed Tawana Lawler, the author, Bishop Dunlap. You can also see where I interviewed the president of the NAACP, and Black Women's Congressional Caucus is there as well. Also, I believe the poor and entrepreneurs is there as well. So it's quite a few of my old archive radio shows. So if you want to hear old X when he was in the booth, scroll on down the main page of the Proper Thought Series webpage, get right down under that Nubia Hood radio logo and hit that link, and it'll bring you right to my old Nubia Hood radio page, and you can go into the old archives of X and hear when X was in the booth. There are actually some pretty good shows, believe it or not. There's some pretty good shows. So,
Shit.
so y'all need to go on up there and check that out. Back before y'all get to see X, back before I knew y'all, back before we were friends. Y'all get to see X there, back before we knew each other. back before we knew each other. Yeah, so I still don't know what's going on with Brother Haywood. I don't know what happened. Like I said, I just sent him the same link I sent Brother Faulkner. Brother Faulkner had no problem. He popped right on. So I don't know what the hell Brother Haywood is doing.
I don't know. If
Um
you need me to talk shit, I will.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on, man. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing. But like I said, I mean, anybody else want to jump in and shoot the shit, feel free. Now that
See,
my damn
see,
little
I would
program
have
is
to
messed
correct
up.
you on I would have to correct you on Lady Kendra, man. You don't need the element of fire. You need the element of fish grease,
Ah,
like a seasoned batter right there. Some some whiting or something right there.
hmm.
She be cooking, man. I'll be just waiting. I'll be like, somebody get us started. Somebody get us started. We gonna eat good tonight.
Yeah, man. Lady Kendra, man. Lady Kendra ain't no joke, boy.
And here's a good question: why the elements for each lady? That's an interesting.
Um, well, actually, believe it or not, uh, on the inception, I mean, it feels so much longer than it has been, but I started the Unicorn for part of the TPOT platform, I believe, in November. So the U4 has been with me since November. And when they first came on, Teach was on. I don't know. I know y'all gotta be familiar with Teacher Tanisha, and Teach was on, and she actually brought that to my attention. She was the first one to say, the four elements, and I just disagree with her conception of, because she had it a different way. I consider cats, lady cats, to be earth. I consider Lady Ming to be water. I consider Lady Classic to be wind, and of course, Lady Kendra I consider to be fire. Um, that is a description of their personalities and
Um,
how they come across on media. I contextualize it based on how they are on the platform. You know, that's why I consider them, the four elements. So it's just, plus it adds a little touch to the website. You go there, there's a little gift like Lady Kendra. You go there, you see a flame burning. You go to Lady Ming's page, you will see water running. You go to Lady Classic's page, you will see wind blowing the trees. And actually, Lady Cat's page is actually like a landslide. Yeah, it's like a landslide. It's a big like mountain, and then you see the land like kind of move. That's the only gift I could kind of find that actually was earth and it actually had motion. So, I didn't want her to have a picture that was just kind of still while everybody else was moving. So that's the best I could do, Lady Cats.
and
A
cats would have let you
landslide.
have it about that.
Huh?
And she would have let you have it about that.
Yeah,
Like why?
I wanted
Like
everybody.
why isn't mine moving?
Yeah, right. So I wanted everybody to have some motion. So, I want them all to have some motion. So Lady Cat's got the landslide, you know. That's the
Oh, that's
best
pretty sick.
the best I could come up with. I didn't know what else to do because I saw one that was like a desert and the wind was like blowing across the desert. But I was like, that doesn't really symbolize Earth to me. So I figured Earth moving was close enough. So there you go. You know?
She's laid back like the earth, like a landslide, just laid back.
Yeah, man. Very much so. But one thing about Lady Cats that I have discovered over the course of the 5-6 months that she's been part of the team. She has become uh more vocal. Uh she has become she has become more outspoken, and she's not as reserved. She was kind of reserved in the beginning. She's not as reserved as before. Because you know the other ladies, they're very vocal. You know, they're very out there. Cats is still very laid back, the most laid back of them, but she's not as reserved as she was on the inception of the program. She's not as reserved.
Oh,
She's yeah. It's
oh,
her
she niche.
yeah, her personality is blossoming. It's blossoming. It's good to see. It's good to see. Cats is very pure. Um when I described him that night, I mentioned that. She's very pure and untainted. You know, she hasn't been poisoned and stained like the rest of us.
That's a good feeling. That's a
yeah, she
good
has.
feeling.
Yeah, she hasn't been
It's kind
poisoned
of
and stained.
it's kind of good to see people like that because Jesus Christ, man, I'm only 36 and I'm just some days you'll just see me just looking at people and be like, man, I just don't like you motherfuckers. And it's at work and it'll be like, even when I'm sitting in the desk while I'm on my knees healing and I'll just listen to people. And I don't mind helping people with problems, but some people will just ask you some of the dumbest shit.
You know.
Like, and it's like, why? You know, at least she'll try to help you. She'll call you a dumbass and at least make you feel happy that you're a dumbass. Me, I'm the complete opposite right now. I'm just like, you know, you're a dumbass, right? What have we learned? Okay, you know, but she still has that, like you said, that untainted part about it.
hmm Yeah.
You know, it's nice to see that. It brings joy to the world.
No, she hasn't been poisoned, man, like the rest of us. Stained. She's not. She hasn't gotten there. You know,
Oh yeah.
she hasn't gotten there. So let me see, man. I mean, what the? God damn it, Corey. Jesus. I don't know what else to send him. I don't know what else to
Is
do.
it something the whole typing or is it the format you sent it?
Um, I sent him the same exact link that I sent you. I mean, the same exact link. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's something going on with his browser, but he was on here before. So, I mean, I don't know what the problem is this time. He was on the stream before. I mean, the link is the link. So he's like, can I give him my email address for Google Hangouts? I mean, not sure what he means by that exactly. Not sure exactly what he means by that.
Did you type it out? Try typing it out for him.
Typing it out for him. Ah,
I, I don't know.
what the hell? I don't know what happened, Brother Haywood. I don't know what happened. I told him to come to. I told him to come to the channel, and maybe I can put it in the chat. And he can get in that way. I mean, there's got to be something going on with his browser, possibly. Because, like I said, I mean, I sent it. I sent it the same way I always sent it. So I don't know what the hell. He's like, give me. He said he said
Mm, seems like everybody else able to get a room.
yeah, man. Who was that? Is that Brother Henry? That's Brother Henry. Who that up on here?
Get a what? Yeah, man.
That's Brother Henry.
Brother Henry.
No,
What's
this
good?
is
That's
Darkness.
Brother Henry. Who that up on here?
Underrated Darkness.
Hey, what's good, man?
Brother
Stop.
Henry. Brother Henry.
No,
Kill
this
your,
is
kill your
Darkness.
page. Silence your page. Silence your YouTube page. What's good, man? What's good, brother? You didn't have a problem
Did
with
he
the
mute
link, right?
himself?
Man, I think he did. I think he muted himself. You didn't have a problem with the page, did you?
Nah, I'm good.
Didn't have a problem with you.
Nah, I ain't had no problem.
Okay. So I don't know what the hell's going on with Brother
Didn't
Haywood
have a
there.
problem with the page, did you?
Nah, I'm good.
Didn't have a problem.
You
You
gotta
gotta,
be.
Nah,
you
I
gotta
ain't have no problem.
mute your YouTube. Mute your YouTube. Keep your mic on, but silence your YouTube, brother. Getting the echo.
I got it.
I don't know what the hell happened to Brother Haywood, man. Messed my whole shit up, man. My whole program up. God damn it.
Peace to the
Oh,
brother.
man.
What's going on, brother?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm fighting this cold, but other than that, I'm good.
All right, all right. I don't know what happened to Brother Haywood, man. Is something's going on with his shit, man. Some old craziness. He must have a new phone and maybe he can't work it. I don't know. Because he keeps saying that the link, he says the link that I'm sending him is taking him to the download page, which I don't understand.
Oh, it's I know when I used to do my live stream off my phone, at times it's very hard like get the link and stuff, and it cause confusion. So
Yeah, he must.
that too. Sometimes he probably got a new phone too.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking. I'm thinking he got a new phone, and
Even though Google fucked it all up when you can just tap it on the chat. I don't know.
yeah, man. You used to could come right in from the chat room. Now it's just some old bullshit, man.
You know how technology is. We'll fuck your life even harder.
I know, man. I might have to. I might have to look into moving to Twitch or something like that, man. I might have to, because YouTube.
Valdez loves it. So,
That's because YouTube, man, is I don't know what's going on with YouTube. YouTube is really PC, and they got all these bots and all these algorithm the bullshit, that's running through it that stops things and all. It's crazy, man. Just there's a lot of shit going on with YouTube right now, man.
I see
a
a
lot of
lot.
sense people.
No, I'm
If you're
sorry.
gonna
A lot of people
go
on
ahead.
Twitch too.
Say what?
A lot of people is switching on to Twitch or Black Junction.
Mm. Yeah, I heard of Black Junction. I heard of that. I heard of that. I mean, because YouTube is like, it seems like, well, this is the thing with YouTube. YouTube has a tendency to pick and choose. They pick and choose who they fuck with. All right. I guess it all has to do with, who's running it, personnel is policy. So whatever they feel, is offensive or vulgar or against the community guidelines, whatever the case may be, that's what they will shut down. That's what they will censor. If they don't see it a particular way, then they let it rock.
So basically, some punk shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I know I don't really worry about my channel all that much because the shit that comes on here, it's not all that controversial. It is what it is. Plus, I got other channels and shit also, plus all my shit is archived. I have a digital library. So if they was to knock my shit out, guess what? All my shit I still have. I can easily upload it somewhere else because I keep all my shit archived in a digital library. So it would hurt, but it wouldn't be a hurt that I would need stitches for. It would be a band-aid type cut. Yeah, it'd be a band-aid cut. It cost me some time. It wouldn't cost me like any money per se. Wouldn't cost me any money. It would just cost me some time. So I don't really.
So from Twitch, a lot of content creators have a little bit more control when it comes to trolls and such.
Yeah, that too. Well, see, me, I don't worry about that shit because I got a bunch of moderators, man. I got an army of moderators, So you're only going to get one stupid ass sentence out before somebody cut your head off. Yeah, you're not going to get a lot of troll shit out.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Pretty much. And I mean, if anybody's stupid enough to especially on the Unicorn 4, if you're stupid enough not to listen, especially to some of these guys who can't get women. I mean, that's your best time to ask actual questions, and maybe it might help your love life.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why I have an army of moderators, man. Because I was watching a stream the other day, and they had a lot of people watching, man. They had like 900 people watching, but most of the comments that was running up the comment section, they were talking shit about and to the people who were doing the stream, calling them
Mm.
suckers, calling them asses, saying they stupid, saying they lame, saying they coon, saying this, saying that, and I didn't see no moderators going up. I'm like, damn, these people need moderators, man. They
Yeah.
need moderators because most of the shit that was going up in the chat room, they were basically just talking shit to the people who were doing the stream. I'm like, man,
Mm.
yeah,
But see that's like the norm is really going on YouTube lately because one time one late at night I couldn't sleep so I got on YouTube. Let me check some things out, and it was some brother. He had a certain network. He was in Colorado, and then he had maybe 25, 30 in the chat, and he only had one bot. And there's no direction, there's nothing. And it got so bad that actually had to end the stream.
mm,
And I just got on it. Matter of fact, when I got on the stream, I was the second one was in the chat. And he said, "Oh yeah, I heard about your underrated dolphins like that. How you feel?" I said, "I feel like this." And so it was a bunch of people just came in calling coons. I'm telling them, I'm not going to say the name because it's nasty, it's derogatory. But then within 30 minutes, he had to end the stream. And there's only one. It was only one mod. Now I'm saying you need more mods to control it, so you could to get your message out. It was sad because he had excellent information for our people.
well, see, that's the thing, man. I mean, you got all these people coming to watch your stream, man, and you got like 75% of them that's there. They're not even there to watch the stream. They come in there so they can talk crap to you in the chat. That's like so stupid, man. Why would you even bother watching something and all you're going to do is keep typing in disrespectful crap in the chat room like the whole time that the stream is going? It's like, what's the purpose of even showing up to watch it? Like, that's why I say again,
Because
that's why I
phony,
have an
tough, and
army of
crazy brave,
mods.
man.
Mm-hmm.
That's a part of that phony, tough, crazy, brave mentality. Like, you got people who in their normal everyday life are quiet as church mouses, but as soon as you disagree with somebody online, they can shelter their face, they can hide their identity, and they can talk as much shit, especially people who need it the most, and then go back into their little cubby holes being protected. If they had to show their face, or they had to show where they lived or who they are, they would be quiet as shit. But I just look at it the same way when people get upset, like the whole Pookie and Ray Ray shit. People got upset because that it hit a lot of truths.
Yeah. Yes.
I think I should get the best women in the world because I have a degree or because I didn't go to jail. Who cares? Maybe
Yeah.
you need a fucking personality to go with it. Maybe because your personality stinks up to high fucking heaven. Maybe you'd have this elitist concept that you think the world owes you shit. Maybe that's why you don't get any women.
And
Same thing.
also, Brother Faulkner, like I said earlier, maybe you're fishing in the wrong pond.
Yeah.
Exactly. A lot of these brothers, especially he who will not be named, don't understand something. And maybe you just don't understand where your sexual market value place is, and you want something that's out of your league, but you can't give up something in return of equal or greater value.
Yes.
The world does not work that way, my friend.
Exactly.
I think when it comes down to it, brothers, that I know for me, it got to come from us as brothers. I always preach it. You got to advocate yourself first. You got to know your true self first. Then after that, I always said that's when your lens get clear. when you don't know yourself, your lens is not clear. So how the hell you know where you're going? So for me, I'm very true of myself. I know where to go, but it's all about growth and knowledge too. But you gotta. But my thing is, I mean, this part of my life that I want to be around like-minded people. That's why I come to your platforms like and other people. I've handpicked, and so and that's what it's all about, especially us as brothers. We got to have a strong brotherhood. We got to handpick like-minded brothers. And it's just like if their services do not fit your criteria, okay, it doesn't fit your criteria. Don't go against that. It's okay. That's what you choose. That's what you choose. If I want to eat that orange, I'm gonna eat that orange. That's how I had a taste of it. That's the way I look at it.
Well, see,
See, that's
brothers,
the problem
brothers
with a
don't
lot of
want.
those dudes.
Yeah, they don't want to.
That's
They don't want to apply that, man. A lot of people want shit that they. A lot of people want shit, man, that they ain't willing to even work for, man. They just think they supposed to get it on the strength of who they are. Sometimes who you are isn't enough, man.
No.
It's not always about being at the right place at the right time. Sometimes you have to be the right damn person at
Yeah.
the right place
exactly.
at the right time. Negroes.
To
Yeah.
have the right growth. Sometimes you got to have the right journey.
Mhm.
You want this instant. That's the problem with today's world. We want this instant gratification, and anything given quickly is not usually doesn't have the greatest of value.
No.
So when you want a 10, when you want this great job, guess what? You got to work like hell to keep it. Oh, you want to be a millionaire? You want to stay that way? You're going to work like hell twice or three times as much to keep it. A 10, a lot of these dudes say they want a 10 on their arm. Shit, you ever had to deal with a 10? I mean, most motherfuckers can't even deal with a 7.
Mhm.
Mm,
Let's be honest. And then
mhm.
when you realize that you're not capable of such feats, now you want to complain and say it's something always wrong with them. And one thing about being a man, you got to be accountable. You got to be responsible.
Yes.
See, accountability and responsibility is kind of a new concept for women because we're in a different world than 50, 60, 70, 100 years ago. So the women are facing that, and they got to understand the world's a little different for them now. So
Mhm.
now we're going by something we've been doing for 100,000 to a million years, but we have to be accountable
Yeah.
instead of smoking complaining. And that's what I said about the whole male role model shit. I even had to tell a couple of people I know, before you even speak to me, motherfucker, get a male role model. I know you're about 34, 35. Get a male role model before you speak to me.
Mhm.
Because you would just see the reason why you have this bitch made attitude.
Mhm. I know my father, he's been going up since over 29 years, and I always remember he told me this. He said, son, there's two types of people. The ones who want to be accountable, they're gonna make it in life. The ones that always keep on making excuses, they're not gonna make it in life. And it's so true because I be 52 in June. And God heaven knows I made a lot of mistakes. But at the same time, I have to be accountable of what I'm doing. So that means within myself, I gotta change within myself to make it better. And I find out there's a lot of brothers who not want to. They like the stuff that we talk about. They don't want that talk. They just want a pat in the back. Oh, okay, you doing good and everything, and they don't want to be accountable. And I find it. See, I'm a godfather, so I talk to my God kids and I say, you know what you're doing. Why you think you do? I don't know. I could tell you not because you're doing the same shit wrong.
True.
That's what you're doing. Wherever I'm telling you, learn from me. I knows what I'm talking about. But of people today, especially our people, they don't want to hear that. They really don't. And to me, it's like a rock and a hard place because it's frustrating. Because you know. But then again, I gotta be around like-minded people. So I gotta make steps. That's what I look at.
Yeah, it's hard because you go out there in the world and you think you're gonna find men of character, men of substance, Oh hell no! It's like finding a needle in a goddamn haystack. It's like you deal with a bunch of people who are only men through chronological age only. It's it's sad, really. It's like what what are you doing for the next generation to behold? That's the responsibility of men. If you don't have anything to contribute for the next generation, then what good are you? You go around with these with a sad attitude, with a bitchy attitude. One thing about it, people want to be around greatness. They want to be around somebody who, what's the term I'm looking for? As we say in the army, how to unfuck a situation. How you present yourself. Nobody wants to see you as a perfect man. They just want you to be a man in the first damn place.
Yeah, that's true. But I think that I mean, we just got to keep on moving forward. Just keep the ones alike, man. Just got to push forward.
Yeah, and that's why it's such a pleasure for you brother X Valdez and BGS, especially when your woman, for you the unicorns, and for BGS is women's hangout, especially. That's the first time a lot of these brothers get to hear women in their natural element, as honest as they're gonna be.
Mhm.
Look, uh, did brother X leave out?
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Oh man, come on, brother X, get back here.
That's right.
So
Come on, X.
like I was saying, a lot of brothers should take a lot of like BGS's and brother X's hangouts with the ladies to heart, because this is the most honest you'll ever get a woman.
Yeah.
And I've always told my mother and my sister, and even my father told me this. The most honest a woman will ever be is two things: when she's broken and when she's old.
Mm-hmm.
And now you get to hear from women who are still in their prime the truth. You don't
Mm-hmm.
have to wait years, and you don't have to listen to broken women.
Mm-hmm.
Get the truth.
Yeah.
So let's take advantage of this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of brothers think they know so much about women. You've only scratched the surface.
Yeah. My mom, she told me this. She said, "I'm explaining something to you, son. You can never figure out a woman. That just you just go with the flow. That's all you
Mm-mm.
do." And it's true, and it's very, very true. Sometimes us brothers, we so stagnant of this certain mentality. Oh, we know. I'm not saying no brothers, but the brothers that I like, you encounter and I encounter. Oh, I know this and that. Yeah, no, you don't. Every woman is different. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like
You
every
gotta
food is
understand,
different.
women are different by
You just cannot
women
just.
are different by the
Huh?
wind. Women can be different by the blow of the wind.
Mhm.
And, it,
Okay.
and it's sad because, like Al Bundy used to say, don't try to figure out women because half the time they're trying to figure their damn selves out.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, my mother always, like I said, I just said 3 minutes ago, my mother said, go with the flow. And and it worked. You can't.
Yeah.
So I think what it comes down to us as brothers, we had to take care of ourselves first. When you take care of yourselves first, like I said, like that's what it's all about. You know, you got to handpick, and it's the sad thing. Like I said before, you got to handpick. You
Yeah,
have
it's
you
very.
have you have the choice to do that. If you want to strive to be better, you gotta be around people like-minded people. So you gotta handpick.
Yeah, that's the part about it is that a lot of guys seem to go towards what I'm noticing, the complainers, not the doers.
Yes.
And when you're around a bunch of complainers, you'll never be able to accomplish anything.
Hmm.
That's not just for women. It's about life. So
Hmm.
everything's against me because I'm black. Yes, there's things that are going to be against you because you're black and male, but that should not be your end all be all. That should be just the way. Hey, like you know what? I'm ready. You know what? I know I got all this shit against. Fuck you. I'm gonna accomplish something. I'm gonna be accomplished. I'm, you know, there's a lot of brothers out there who scared of rejection, which is part of manhood, by the way. So
Yeah,
things are just not always gonna go your fucking way.
yeah, yeah. I do security, so I was trying to be better. I remember I went to for this. This is when I was living in New York. I was this job I thought I was getting. I felt good and everything, and I got rejected. I'm talking about feel low, but what helped me? I said, hold up, I'm not the only one that got rejected. So I brushed it off and I kept on moving, and I learned from that. And I think a lot of us brothers, a lot of us brothers, we want handouts. We don't want to work. We don't want to come from the bottom and work our way up. See, I could talk like that because I was there one time in the bottom, and I worked my way up. So I'm very appreciative of whatever blessing I had, and the thing about it, I keep on going. And even tonight, I don't feel good myself. Even talking to you and Brother X, that's a blessing right there. So a lot of brothers sometimes we gotta stop blocking our own. I think a lot of brothers we block our own blessings too.
Yes, we do. We block
Take things for granted.
blessings. We not only block our blessings,